Good sleep is everything. That's why Ollie's science-backed support is made with a blend of melatonin and L-theanine for both kiddos and grown-ups. So when your mind won't switch off, you've got something that can help. Your racing thoughts and restless nights won't stand a chance. Find Ollie sleep solutions for the whole family at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Nick.
This is Fish Jelly.
Oh, yes.
How are you?
I'm relatively okay. How are you?
Okay.
All right.
We go to a lot of screenings.
Yes.
And there are a lot of characters at these screenings.
That's a euphemism.
But I don't think I've experienced this before.
Oh, I have, but go on.
Well, people are obnoxious and people talk too loudly. They think all of us sitting there are their audience because it's usually critics. And
Yes.
they feel the need to express their opinions and tell the entire theater what they're up to. I've learned to block it out. But we were at a screening of I Want Your Sex at a small screening room.
Yes.
So there may have been 20 people there.
Even less, maybe. I don't know.
We arrived early when all of a sudden these two women walk in. One in particular, though, was the problem.
Oh, yeah, there was one loud one and the other one was her captive audience. But I could hear them coming around the corner. And we sit in the back at the end of the aisle because we like a fast exit.
She walks in and immediately to her friend is like, where shall we sit? I either like sitting in the front row or the back row. Let's go to the back. And so we are always in the back row on the aisle. So she, with her friend, walk over to us and stand there and look at us like we're supposed to stand up.
There is plenty of room.
But these aren't the kind of theater rows that are close together.
No.
You could easily.
Yes.
And she wasn't a petite lady, but she could still easily get through.
Yeah, they looked at us as if we were supposed to stand up.
And we were both squeezing our bodies, like I had crossed my leg and tucked it in. So you have max capacity to walk in.
Yes, my body language told her that she could now move in to the row.
She seemed surprised, but finally made her way to her seat, which was like 4 seats away from you. And that's when the adventure began, because this lady went through a cascade of emotions. She went through various stories.
It was Sybil Andor set up in here.
You were so irritated.
Well, because I was bringing a book to read, and there was no way I could even, which is All the Pretty Horses by Cormac McCarthy, I couldn't concentrate at all.
Well, I'm accustomed to being around loud people who want attention, so it's easy for me to ignore it. I'm not as bothered. Also, I don't think there's an expectation that people be silent.
Well, no, but
before the movie starts.
Inside voices, people. It's actually, people are working here.
Sure, I don't speak at that volume when I'm in a space like that, but I there is no expectation that people be quiet.
No, not
and
quiet.
If everyone was talking even at half the volume, it would be raucous in there.
Yes.
So the fact that everyone chooses to be quiet because they're all awkward, or there's always the one who's being loud, it's not the biggest deal to me. But you were so irritated that you started writing down
the bullshit that she was talking, because she was talking crazy.
It was wild. You did get up for a second to, I think, relieve yourself. So I might throw in a little bit of what you said, but you have quite a bit.
I have pages of notes.
It feels like a one-woman show could be made from this. So it seems like the background I get is she is an LA native. She lives in a house that I'm assuming she inherited from her family. She has lived there since 1999. It sounds like the home is paid off, but Money seems to be a big issue.
Oh, money was the
when
subject.
You were gone,
yes.
She went on this rant about the death of the middle class.
Yes.
But I'll let you start.
Well, I started but I think she's about to have a book published.
Yes, a big topic. Well, she comes in hot because she had meetings regarding the marketing of a book she wrote, but whomever is publishing it has zero marketing dollars. And she was borderline hysterical.
Yes.
Because she went from being loud to all of a sudden sobbing to then laughing like a maniac.
And lots of contradictions.
Oh, well, you'll get to those. I gathered she wants $30,000
yes,
to market this book.
Mm-hmm.
She also made it clear she has recently been named the director of some nonprofit related to choreographers.
I think the book is about choreography.
So what I gather is she is a choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
But why don't you...
need to choreograph that inside voice. So there were so many things, and I shouldn't hold that against her. I don't trust her. I want them to fund me. Full stop. The programming lady is black. She's new at her job. She is very wealthy. She's well-to-do. I just realized my shirt's inside out. And her friend, I didn't notice. Another amazing thing is happening, Jackie. I bought this in France while I was there. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I didn't know she was 50 pounds overweight. Obesity is linked to so many diseases. I like a blue jean skirt. It's a good look. It's so much fun watching her as a female writer. You don't need to see it on the big screen. She's the last gasp of the magazine superstars. I have 2 proposals out right now. Radio silence. Are you making money? I have Social Security. You have 5 more years, right? You're going to make so much money with your book. I forget the stupid amount of money they're supposed to give me. It's so unreal to me. I'm on the advisory board of that dance committee. My book is textbook case how the studios used his daughter to sell his dance moves. Mandy Moore, who choreographed La La Land, she got a real good deal, but the dancers under SAG-AFTRA made more money than the choreographer. Oh my God, that's unreal. That's unbelievable. How is that even possible? Enough about me. Let's talk about you. That doesn't happen, by the way.
She was contradicting herself because at times she acted so nonchalant about money, but then would cry about money. While you were gone, she went on a rant about, if you drive through Brentwood, there are all these people in these $1 million homes, and they all claim they support the arts, but when it's time, they don't have a penny. And she went on about people not having a penny. There's never a penny. And then she starts crying. It was actually quite entertaining.
It was once I stopped fighting it and leaned into it. Like, I'm going to entertain myself here.
Maybe because I limit my exposure to public spaces nowadays. I don't.
Okay, Greta Garbo.
I don't see the eccentrics as much as I used to. So this was a bit of a treat because she was a grade A eccentric. Just delusional, unaware of where she is in space and time, unaware of how she presents. It was interesting.
Yeah, it sure was. And thankfully though, I really liked the film afterwards. So by the time we got 10 minutes in, I forgot all about her dumbass.
The one thing we didn't learn about this heifer, why she was there. Like, there's no choreography in this movie.
Right, like what? How did you get an invite? She doesn't appear
to be a critic, so not quite sure.
Can I get your name so I can have you scrubbed from these lists? God damn it.
Moving on to the restaurant section, we tried a cafe called Eat This. It's in Hollywood on that theater row on Santa Monica where there are like 4 independent theaters. A friend invited us for brunch. And it was actually this brunch where we decided we were going to watch an episode of The X-Files, which we'll get to shortly. But what did you think of Eat This? I
liked it. The waiter was not too keen on details, but I do believe. I believe our server was a nice looking gay man. He was very handsome.
Who I don't think slept before he came to work.
I don't think so.
Because I think he was actively using cocaine to stay awake.
Yes, he was.
Because you could see it on his nose.
Yes, it was. It was there.
He was not paying attention to details. However,
I do believe I got free mimosas.
Well, I think that's the trick.
Yes.
So this place has bottomless mimosas, obviously for brunch, but you can also get individual cocktails everything is Prosecco based. So whichever cocktail you order would come in a champagne flute.
What's your blood type? Prosecco.
So Nick chose to forego the bottomless mimosa and just try a cocktail.
I don't like to appear gauche up front.
So everyone got bottomless mimosas except me, but everyone had the same champagne flute. And the way it worked at Eat This is someone walks around with mimosas, like a pitcher of mimosas, and just keeps refilling you. So I think that's the trick. If you want to save a little money, you should just order a single cocktail that comes in the champagne flute.
I could have saved another $20 if I brought my own champagne flute.
We both ordered breakfast burritos. You got like the habanero.
Oh, I got the hot shit.
Was it spicy? I didn't taste it.
It was spicy, yeah. I mean, I got a little ring of sweat on my bald head, but not too spicy. I could handle it, yeah.
I ordered a regular breakfast burrito. I liked it. The portion was quite small for the price, I thought.
Yeah, our friend ordered a cheeseburger, but he asked to have no cheese or avocado, and the waiter had a hard time with that. And then somebody else brought the food out, and they loudly announced, "Here's your cheeseburger without cheese." Just give it the fucking burger.
I also ordered pancakes, which I thought was good. They were pretty thick.
They were heavy. I could feel them on my ribs.
And they only gave a little ramekin of syrup.
What
Baby, you need to bring Aunt Jemima's ass over here. I can't just have a
tablespoon of syrup is not enough. I don't appreciate that.
No. Thankfully, we didn't finish them, so I brought them home, and we had plenty of syrup here.
Oh, yes, always.
We also tried a restaurant in Koreatown called Bob's Cafe.
This was an accident.
Well, stupid me. There's a new queer-owned soul food restaurant not too far from us called Grits and Waffles, and they spell grits with a Z.
Yeah.
And we had a little extra time before screening, so I thought, oh, well, let's swing by Grits and Waffles before we go to the screening so we can have dinner there. I assumed they served dinner because I swore I saw items on the menu like fried catfish, but I was wrong. It's just breakfast and brunch. So we show up to Grits and Waffle, and it was a really odd experience because as we walked up to the restaurant, which is right on Wilshire, a very busy area, we got really good parking though. We walk up and I could see all of the chairs in the dining room were flipped up.
Yes.
So clearly closed. But we get there and the door looks like it's supposed to be locked, but it was open.
It was open.
That was creepy.
Like, oh.
But we saw Bob's Cafe across the street.
No. I tried to navigate us somewhere else. We walked a little. You did not walk in the sun. You did not walk in the sun. You did not want to walk at all.
Wait.
Okay.
You were the one who pointed out Bob's Cafe to me. That was the very first place you go, oh, look at that place.
Well, there's this bright yellow awning that was like a promising, what do you call it when you see shit in the desert? A mirage. It was a promising mirage in the desert. And you didn't want to walk, so we ventured across the street. So yes,
it's true that I didn't want to walk, but you were the one who pointed out Bob's Cafe.
Yeah, I did.
We go. It appears to be Mediterranean. There was no one there. I think Bob is the one who helped us.
I think so.
He was friendly.
Bob and the young man working there were quite friendly. Yes.
Yes. You ordered a kebab plate.
He was trying to dissuade us, it felt like, from ordering too much. He was like, if you're not too hungry, just get the wraps. And the wraps look like paninis.
I was happy with my falafel wrap. I also got lentil soup, which I liked. But your kebab plate was pretty dry.
I need sauce. There was no sauce. Like, just dry meat with, it was a very healthy meal at the end of the day.
Well, I think the issue was the sauces were probably a la carte. And
that was not explained to me.
We had already waited, it took quite a while for that food to get out. I think at least it tasted fresh.
It was fine. I'm not mad, I guess.
I would only go there in a pinch.
Emergency only.
Also, the bathroom situation. This restaurant is on the ground level of a office building. When I asked, do you have a bathroom? The young man working says, yeah, second floor. Okay, so I go up to the second floor and it's offices. So I walked into someone's office, looking for the bathroom. So I stumbled around for a while until I found it. That was an interesting experience.
He also had the audacity to tell us that we're famous for our kebabs. That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie.
And then we went to Yogurtland. And this Yogurtland was on lock because they were not giving samples and you could not put your own toppings, which I appreciate because at least it was clean. Because that area is filled with riffraff. Because even while we were there were a lot of zombies walking.
Trying to get phone charges in the T-Mobile store? I don't know.
There is something in the Sorry to This Man section because we reviewed an episode of The X-Files and I think we were both confused about where people could watch The X-Files when it first aired.
Oh, sure.
It was not on cable. It was on Fox.
Oh, what did I say? FX? Whatever.
You said it was on cable. And then I said we probably didn't have that channel either, but that's not true. That is the basic channels, but neither of us watched The X-Files.
Oh, well, I had two of the letters right. FO, whatever.
No excuses, please. Films released we didn't cover. The Furious.
This is a martial arts film from Hong Kong, which I've seen advertised in several places, about a father who fights fiercely against ruthless kidnappers to save his abducted daughter. It does not star Liam Neeson. I have heard that the action scenes are well choreographed and exquisite, but that the dialogue and the characterizations are not too good.
Projects of Interest. A Jane Campion musical?
After Power of the Dog, Jane Campion's going back to Netflix and they're going to let her do a musical. So that could be interesting.
And there's a Shania Twain biopic coming.
Oh, that she is producing. Leah McKendrick, who I believe is also a singer, which got her the job. I don't know. Do you want a singer to direct the movie or do you want somebody that directs movies to direct the movie? That doesn't make sense to me.
Hey, I'm sure we'll watch it.
I'm sure it's all going to be a pack of lies anyway.
Like I've already mentioned twice now, this past week on Patreon, we reviewed an episode of The X-Files, specifically from season 4, episode 2, called Home. While we were at brunch, a friend asked us, had we ever watched The X-Files? We said no. They said, well, you should start with this one. And it was so damn zany, we decided to record. So it's free for anyone on our Patreon. If you're not a member, you can join for free and listen to that one. There are also a number of free reviews. But if you want access to the hundreds of amazing conversations we've had on Patreon, it's a mere $5 a month. Also, we reviewed a Danish-Swedish sci-fi film called Aniara, which I thought was quite good.
Oh, yes.
And I thought we had a good conversation.
Very bleak.
Unfortunately, there are a couple of entries in the obituary section. Actor Patrick Godfrey, best known for portraying Leonardo da Vinci in the 1998 film Ever After, A Cinderella Story, died at the age of 93.
The one where Drew Barrymore's like, just breathe.
And David Hockney, an English stage designer and photographer, died at the age of 88. I'm not familiar with him.
He was a homosexual.
Oh. He did come out as gay.
In the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, died in Pride Month. Oh.
The secret film this week was my choice, y'all. And I chose the 2023 film Single Man Problems, Volume 1. What is it about? Ronnie Maxwell, a self-conscious gay black man, catfishes his way into finding love while navigating life as a millennial. Spoiler, he does not do a very good job. Why did I choose this film? It's Pride Month, some gay shit, some black shit. I was searching for something sort of off the grid. Because another option was going to be Trick, which I know I saw many years ago, but I don't remember. But then this film popped into my head because I believe last year a clip from this movie went viral. And I'm going to play that clip now.
How much did you pay for that ring?
$900.
$900. The same $900 I gave you as an investment towards your restaurant? Are you fucking serious?
Look, the restaurant has to wait.
You're literally putting aside who you are, your dreams, your hopes for some fucking bitch?
Yo, don't call that.
You're so stupid.
Ready to soundtrack your summer? With Red Bull Summer All Day Play, you choose a playlist that fits your summer vibe the best. Are you a festival fanatic, a deep end DJ, a road dog, or a trail mixer? Just add a song to your chosen playlist and put your summer on track. Red Bull Summer All Day Play. Red Bull gives you wings. Visit redbull.com/brightsummer ahead to learn more. See you this summer.
Do you hear that? Sounds like breakfast is ready. Because Quaker's coming in hot with morning nutrition. 100% whole grain oats and a good source of fiber. to fuel the rhythm of your morning and kickstart your day. And that sounds absolutely delicious. Fuel to start whatever's next. Quaker, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
At the end of the day, Ronnie, I am a man.
A man who's gay. You like niggas. Get that through your head.
So I thought, oh, this should be fun to watch.
That when that moment does come at the very end,
This movie is an hour long, and that moment happens at like the 56-minute mark of a 59-minute movie.
It's a long hour, y'all.
It's the longest hour.
But that did have us howling. But yeah, the shit you got us watching sometimes for these your selections. Single Black Female 3, that the girl that got glue stuck in her hair. Somehow this is worse than those.
Well, people seem to like when we talk about these kind of movies.
The raggedy movies?
Raggedy, low-budget movies that are free for anyone to watch. This film is on Tubi. It's also on YouTube's. That's where we watched it.
But it's like
ad-free.
It's like I don't want to shit on Black queer content, but this is unforgivably raggedy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it could be worse.
There's a whole segment randomly. We had to check to make sure we had stopped everything because we thought there was something wrong with our equipment because there was no audio randomly.
And no, that's just
like in the middle of the film.
That's just how they made it. There's a 1-minute sequence where characters are frolicking in bed.
And you can see them talking.
There's no audio.
There's no music. It's like there's a shower curtain drawn back and then that like...
Apparently... Single Man Problems started as a web series that premiered at the New York Latino Film Festival in 2018 and later aired on Here TV. But the director, Bobby Ashley, said the film version was created partly to explore storylines that the web series couldn't fully develop, namely the main character's relationship with his mother and the deeper trauma themes, which now that we've seen the movie, that's laughable.
His mother doesn't even show up in volume 1.
We're going to talk about it.
Okay.
But clips from this movie, specifically the one I just played, gained a lot of traction on TikTok, which is what helped this film find a larger audience and generated demand for a follow-up. So the end of this film says that Single Man Problems Volume 2 is coming. And baby, I will be sad for that because I need to know what these fools are up to. And Ronnie... Listen, him trying to find love while navigating life as a millennial, he needs a lot of help.
This should not be
all these people need help, actually.
This should not be called Single Man Problems. It could be called Unemployed Man Problems.
Yes.
And nothing got to do with being single.
No, none of this has anything to do with him being single. It's him being irresponsible and unemployed.
This should be called Get Your Shit Together and then come at me when you have something to say.
Okay, I can't have this be... I feel like I could rant forever about this movie, but it can't be longer than the actual movie. So let's get to it. So we meet Ronnie.
Played by Keith Grimes.
And you get the sense that he's trying to navigate the modern dating scene through apps and social media, whatever he's using. And he desperately wants connection and love, but seems to carry a lot of emotional baggage. He's insecure about his appearance and worth. He has difficulty trusting people. Like we mentioned, he has lingering trauma from family relationships and past experiences, and seems to be frustrated with superficial dating culture, even though he's on some bullshit, which we'll get to. The film opens with him being set up on a date by his very attractive straight roommate, Emmanuel.
Played by Michelle Vidal.
And Emmanuel sets him up with another extremely attractive man who, while Ronnie is getting ready in the bathroom, wearing a very odd outfit. He looked like the song Apple Bottom Jeans, Boots with the Fur.
Yeah, I remember.
He looked like he was wearing that outfit, but with no shirt and a tie.
Like Avril Lavigne.
Yes. So he's in the bathroom primping when this blind date just barges into the bathroom.
Doesn't say hello.
Also, can I just say,
why is the bathroom
people opening bathroom doors that are closed drives me crazy.
Well, yes, but also lock the door.
Sure, but who doesn't knock on a closed bathroom door?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you've never been in a space and it is customary to leave the bathroom door closed, right?
Sure, but
So if they didn't
I was
know.
already on edge that this man walked in. This man walks in, does not acknowledge there is another human being in the closed single-use bathroom, begins to urinate, farts, does not wash his hands, and walks out.
Does not flush the toilet.
Oh, doesn't flush the toilet.
Mm.
So Ronnie comes out and is immediately turned off by him and walks out the apartment.
Not before weirdly taking, he's not wearing a shirt, remember, but taking the jacket off so it's hanging seductively around his shoulders.
It's a really bad start.
It's you're like, I don't know if we can do it. I'm like, started it. Let's go.
Yeah, I was gonna abandon ship, but as it went on, I thought, oh, there is a lot to talk about. So the first sort of thing we encounter is this dating app spiral, because Ronnie and his straight roommate Emmanuel are talking about dating, and Emmanuel's saying, the problem is you need to just be out there and meet people in real life and not on these apps. But then sort of contradicts himself and says, well, I have good luck on the apps. Yeah, because you look the way you look. So Ronnie gets the bright idea to basically catfish people using his sexy straight roommate's pics.
I don't know why.
How does that make sense?
Oh, also, based on this scene, IKEA should have been credited as the production designer.
Well, I think it's not as nice as... I feel like the way you're describing it, these interiors look nice.
Oh, I recognize those pillows.
I would say that this is sponsored by Rent-A-Center. That's the level of decor we're getting here. Okay, so Ronnie's insecure because we get a moment where we see him opening up whatever app he's on. It's vague, but whatever. Like, let's say it's Tinder. He's reading these messages and everyone's sort of saying like, oh, you're too femme, you're too black, you're too ugly, you're too thin. So, of course, he feels like shit, and that's what prompts him to use his roommate's pictures. Okay.
That's like psychotic break level behavior. Why would you do that?
There is so much going on. A through line throughout this hour film is we're hearing voice messages from Ronnie's mom. And it's clear that perhaps they had a falling out because he's gay, but she wants to reconnect. She's worried about him. If he needs a place to go, her door's always open. So we get like 3 of those messages. That's the extent of the family trauma we get. A turning point in the story is Emmanuel, the straight roommate, is dating a lady named Melinda.
Who's very pretty.
She's very beautiful, but these two don't seem like they belong together. It's Valentine's Day. Don't worry, we're going to get to the Valentine's Day dinner because I know you have things to say. They go to this Valentine's Day dinner and 2 men are hitting on Emmanuel hard. And remembering Emmanuel is straight, he seems very uncomfortable, which is odd because your best friend is gay and you also set him up with other men. So I don't know why you wouldn't know how to react to 2 men finding you attractive. But at this Valentine's Day dinner, Emmanuel proposes to Melinda. And as he's on his knee, the server is like, oh, you're my man.
No. No.
And shows him his whatever profile, Tinder profile. So, of course, Melinda assumes that her man is DL and talking to other men on these apps. So she leaves him. And as a result, Emmanuel kicks Ronnie out.
Did Ronnie not have a key?
No, we're going to get to that scene because it makes no damn sense. So the second act of this hour-long film is Ronnie couch surfing.
Yes.
Ultimately, he ends up at this guy Curtis's house. And Curtis is the man who Ronnie is talking to in that viral clip. So he's staying with Curtis, but Curtis has a girlfriend.
Lauren. And this movie has the audacity to introduce us to Lauren as one actor and then without saying anything, give us another lady playing Lauren.
It's like Back to the Future, too.
Some Vertigo shit.
Oh, Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, Elizabeth Shue.
Anyway, Ronnie's now sleeping on Curtis's couch, but his girlfriend Lauren is not happy with that. And she suspects that perhaps they're being sexual. So she's mad.
The sugar in the tank has risen.
Right. But one day, Lauren comes back to the apartment and she's being very nice to Ronnie.
Oh, you're watching A Different World? Oh, I remember that episode. This one's funny.
We have to talk about this dialogue. It's I mean, I could write a better script than this.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
But she's being suspiciously nice. And then we realize it's because Curtis has proposed to her. So she's wearing an engagement ring.
Keep in mind that earlier that day, they left screaming at each other about Ronnie's ass.
Oh, we're going to get to it.
And then
Because the timeline...
comes back engaged.
Yeah, the timeline, the continuity of it all makes no goddamn sense. But at the end, Ronnie confronts Curtis with the clip you heard of him saying, "You're gay," and now has nowhere to go. So the final scene of the film is Ronnie walking to a shelter.
Looking
it was
like,
the most awkward.
Looking so sad.
And the man who runs the shelter is like, "We're going to close our doors in 5 minutes."
You've never seen such nice people in New York, okay?
You need to make a decision in 5 minutes because we're going to close the door.
But that man, ironically, can't even get the door open.
He can't open the door. Like, okay. Ronnie says he needs a place to stay, but then walks away.
Mm-hmm.
And so the final moment of the film is we hear him at his mother's house. So basically, he went back home.
So Dolores has been in the city the whole time?
Let's start with a side character, Lorenzo, the delivery man.
The delivery man?
Okay, for a movie that's only 60 minutes long, the fact that they're introducing these characters, so Melinda, who was the straight roommate's girlfriend, of course, she broke up with him because she thinks he's gay.
Did nobody explain that Emmanuel's picture was used without his consent on the gay app?
Right.
He wasn't doing anything. Anyway, yes, so then we focus on Melinda, who works very odd, long hours and keeps receiving packages.
By this handsome young man named Lorenzo.
He's the only delivery driver.
The first package he delivers her is an Amazon package, but it's not using the Amazon packing tape, and it also has external labels on it, which is not how you would receive an Amazon package. I just thought that was hilarious.
He's also wearing like a fitted turtleneck.
Well, I don't think he's an Amazon delivery person. I think he must work in the office, but he's like the mail delivery person in the office. But the way, gosh, this writing is terrible. The way Melinda's interacting with Lorenzo is like he's a stranger, but also she knows him.
And there's sexual innuendo exchange. You know, it reminded me because the delivery man is the romantic subplot in that Jussie Smollett film, B-Boy Blues, remember?
Oh, which we have a podcast episode for. But the reason I bring up Lorenzo is because it's related to the ending of this film. They have two interactions. He's flirting with her. He clearly wants to bed her. So he makes up this bullshit story about how his Shih Tzu is sick. And this lady's acting like she's a veterinarian. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. You'll be fine. Here, take my phone number, call me. I'm going to come over. Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry. Like, how does this even make sense? And as he's walking out smiling like, oh, he got her, she says, if I come to your place and you don't have a dog, I'm going to kill you. So he's like, shit. And then we hear him call his friend and say, hey, let me borrow your dog for 3 weeks or something. So at the end of the film, we see Lorenzo has contacted Melinda and she's going to go over.
Volume 2, I want to see Lorenzo on some Buffalo Bill shit. Like that's his racket.
As Melinda is leaving the office to go see Lorenzo, guess who pops up? Emmanuel, who's been missing. I mean, granted, in a 60-minute movie, if someone's gone for 10 minutes, it feels like a lifetime.
No, but it's like, did he die? Also, Ronnie's mother, one of those voicemails we hear is like, I heard about what happened with Emmanuel. Who told her?
From whom?
Who called Ronnie's mom to tell him about Emmanuel?
But he shows up and proposes to her again. Gets down on bended knee. So I'm looking forward to volume 2.
A motif in this, if you could call it that, are cheap engagement rings.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. That's listen, I have 37 notes and that's number 35. So let's get
damn.
through
Okay,
these.
all right.
The film opens with a title card and it says, what is true love without unpacking your past trauma? Well, we don't know because the film doesn't explore that at all. Like that is not at all what's happening in this movie.
So we're starting real simple.
It's no surprise the character work, the acting, the writing is terrible, but it never gets old to me to see this kind of shit in action. Watching Emmanuel and Melinda interact is so strange. They don't seem like two people who should be.
He's macking on her in one scene and he's bent over her in the most awkward way, like he's going to eat her.
He proposes to her with that cheap ass ring.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronnie immediately gets upset, saying that he doesn't believe in marriage or doesn't think it's a good idea. There's no context as to why. But why would a person who's chronically looking for love be against two people getting married?
Exactly. Ronnie has a lot of strong opinions for a man without a job. And also, how are you, the audacity to be going out on dates and you can't offer anybody anything.
Right. We get a scene where Ronnie, I was a little confused. Did you assume Ronnie and Emmanuel were roommates or that he's just couch surfing at Emmanuel's?
I assumed they were roommates until his shit gets thrown in the hallway.
Oh, well, I questioned it because early on we get a scene with Ronnie twerking in the living room with just a towel on, and we see the towel fall off. So now he continues to twerk naked when,
like, once you start, you can't
calm
it down.
Right. When Emmanuel and Melinda walk in and catch him. That was insane.
That was uncomfortable, to say the least, and stupid.
We also hear Emmanuel tell Ronnie he pays for his gym membership.
Right. That okay.
Why?
But also he's twerking for joy because he has found a date online for Valentine's Day.
Okay, was it clear to you that Valentine's Day date was via the catfishing profile?
No, because I'm like, so what's going to happen when you show up?
Right. I was thinking that and I thought, no, he can't be that stupid. But then with Emmanuel and Melinda's Valentine's Day date and the two people in the restaurant upset that they had been catfished, then I thought, did this fool... I think Ronnie's crazy ass was going to go on a Valentine's Day date as the catfish.
Because he didn't switch it back.
Ugh.
So, but then he's wandering around Ronnie and it looks like he stood up. And then this other handsome man comes out of the darkness and that's one of his exes. Huh?
Yeah. And then that goes nowhere.
But it's like, did that ex try to hook up with you as under the Emmanuel picture?
That's what I thought, is that he went to go meet this man, either knowingly or unknowingly having used the catfish photo, and just so happened it was his ex, and that's why they recognize each other. But before we even get to that, Ronnie tells Emmanuel and Melinda he has a date, and they bust out laughing like that's the most impossible, ridiculous thing ever, even though the scene before was Emmanuel trying to encourage him to go on a date.
Yeah,
and
like
that there's nothing wrong with him.
Trying to help him with his wardrobe, trying to tell him, don't talk about reading books online. That's not sexy.
I would, to the contrary, I would think that would be more appealing to people than to talk about what? Like, I go to the gym?
Whatever. But yeah, they laugh in his face.
Well, then they laugh in his face, but Ronnie is asking for help picking out an outfit, and Emmanuel's kind of like, well, I don't know. And Melinda gets mad. Like, they get into a full-blown fight over him not wanting to help Ronnie pick out an outfit.
She gets funky so fast. Like, he's your friend. You better help him. Stop being a dick.
But then, like you already mentioned, when we see Emmanuel has thrown out all of Ronnie's belongings, he only had like 5 articles of clothes. What was so difficult about picking out an outfit?
Exactly. And did you see that duffel bag? It looked just like that outfit Kennedy Davenport made on the latest episode of All Stars.
Oh my God.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Hi, this is Zoe Deutsch.
And Nick Robinson. Our brand new movie, Voicemails for Isabel, is all about those little moments that feel like the universe is looking out.
Feeling homesick, then your sister calls.
Hearing that perfect song exactly when you need it. Sometimes life rigs things in our favor, like learning about your new favorite rom-com, Voicemails for Isabel. Only on Netflix, June 19th.
Bonjour, compadre. It's the
Priceline Negotiator.
How do I negotiate so many great travel deals? My greatest gadget, the Priceline app. It's got hotel deals, flight deals, rental car deals, all of those deals in a bundle. Deals, game day deals, concert trip deals. No one deals more deals than Priceline. Hold your horses, there's more. The app lets you filter hotels by neighborhood, vibe, star level, and amenities like pools and spas and beachfronts and... Wait, I'm not done. Stop cutting me off.
Priceline!
The Valentine's Day dinner Emmanuel and Melinda go on, he brings like a pamphlet to show her, which felt so strange. Like, why do you have a pamphlet for this restaurant?
Oh, wait. First of all, he shows her that he's going all out for this V-Day, and he has an ad for this 3-star Michelin rated restaurant. And she's like, how can you afford this? And he goes, you can get whatever you want. She's like, well, I like to eat. So this is going to be like $200.
And he's like, okay, you know what? We can have a $200 bill. With a tip, it'll be $215.
What?
Oh, so you giving like 6% tips out here.
So you can't, so math or you're stingy. And also at a 3-star rated restaurant, $200 isn't that high of a bill. Like,
okay, can we talk about what their food looked like? Because when we see Melinda's plate, it looked like she had those chicken tenders you buy from Pavilions. And then do you remember when McDonald's had the salads in the cups?
No, because I don't do that.
McDonald's used to have salads in cups. It looked like she had a chicken tender from Pavilions, and then someone took that McDonald's salad from the cup and just dumped it on the plate.
Oh, I knew that they were not in a 3-star
That was not fine dining
rated restaurant when I could see the little Chablis in their glasses. That and then this, we'll get into this, I'm sure, the obnoxious way the gay men are acting in the restaurant. Emmanuel asked to change tables, and he said, oh no, we're all booked, we're all reserved.
The server tells him they're fully booked. Ain't a person in that goddamn
There's no
restaurant.
one else in this
also,
restaurant.
No shade, but that restaurant looked like something you'd find in Hibbing, Minnesota. Nick's hometown.
Yep, certainly didn't look like New York City.
They're sitting there enjoying their food when this random man, the only person in the restaurant was this man sitting at the bar drinking what looked like a Shirley Temple. And he's flirting with Emmanuel by performing cunnilingus on his straw.
There is no one that acts that way. No one does that.
Then the server, who clearly is into Emmanuel because he's been, so he thinks, messaging him on an app, when Emmanuel asks to move his seat because he can't tolerate some man hitting on him, the server says, oh no, we're fully booked and I need to keep my eye on you. Which I was like, what?
They can see he's with a lady. But then
you realize, oh, because they've been chatting. But you see him with a woman on a romantic date. What's happening here?
I don't know. It's just if that had been in a film not written and directed by gay people, that would seem homophobic.
So after the catfishing is exposed and Emmanuel kicks Ronnie out of the apartment, he contacts this guy named Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
And Curtis says, yeah, you can stay. So he's waiting outside somewhere.
It looks like in the same place.
It looks like the same place he bumped into his ex on Valentine's Day.
I.e. a cruising area. Who meets there in the dark?
Well, I guess everyone knows the spot. But this lady shows up. And she's like, oh, are you Ronnie? And he's confused. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Curtis sent me to come get you. Curtis is working right now.
Why didn't Curtis text him that?
Oh, it's so stupid.
Why?
The craziest part about it, though, is not the fact that some random person came to pick him up. It's the fact that it's this lady and she sees Ronnie with his duffel bag. And she goes, oh, do you want me to take that for you? And Ronnie lets this lady carry his duffel bag.
I was straight up, okay.
It's not even about gender roles.
It's
but
not.
It's
just like, but she doesn't need to get that for you.
She doesn't need to do that. Oh my God.
Why would you? Ronnie ain't shit. I couldn't stand this character.
What did you say this movie should be called?
I said, Unemployed Man's Problems.
Oh, okay. And we first meet Curtis. He's in the kitchen, which was strange because he's making some sort of pasta dish that looked... I wrote down it looked like ghetto puttanesca.
Gutanesca.
Because it had those elbow pasta noodles, but then in like a broth with these chunky vegetables. But then when he
had some like cut up kielbasa or something there.
Yeah, but when he prepares a portion to eat, he's serving it like it's a pasta dish, but it looks like soup. And he lets he tries to get Lauren to taste it. And we have to reiterate, the woman who shows up to pick Ronnie up is Lauren.
Yes.
And immediately when we meet Lauren back at Curtis's apartment, that's a whole ass different lady.
That's another lady.
It was jarring.
Mm-hmm.
She is kind of like bothered and doesn't want to try it.
But at this point, only hasn't it been one. She's totally irritated that Ronnie's there, and it's only been one night.
Right.
It seems like.
So she leaves and Ronnie goes over to Curtis, and that's when it became clear, like, oh, these two have been sexual.
So Ronnie tastes the concoction on the stove, which looks like something I would make for myself and not show to anyone else. And
also, Curtis had a bunch of seasoning on there, but when Roddy tasted, he goes, "Oh, it needs some seasoning." But they made an effort to show Curtis grabbing multiple seasonings.
I clocked it. He grabbed some black pepper and he grabbed some oregano.
This dialogue is atrocious.
But then immediately, Lauren could come back up the stairs because she forgot her handbag or something. Curtis moves in to kiss him.
Yeah,
like immediately.
Yeah.
After he casts aspersions on your culinary arts.
This is the type of low budget film that has a soundtrack where every song is literal, on the nose, with lyrics that are telling you what's happening.
Yes.
Which is comical. Okay, there's tension at Curtis's place because Lauren, the girlfriend, doesn't like that Ronnie's there. She can sense that maybe they're more than just friends. Curtis is kind of frustrated with Ronnie and says like, "Oh, well, we're going to do this. You need to make yourself scarce."
We also overheard Curtis and Lauren having very loud sex.
Yeah. Ronnie goes out, I guess, to go to an interview, but we don't really see him do anything. And when he returns, am I crazy or did it look like someone had ejaculated on his shirt?
A bird.
Or a bird.
It was like ketchup and mayonnaise. I don't know. But
no explanation.
No explanation.
Okay, then we get a scene where Melinda, Emmanuel's now ex. Keeping in mind, after Emmanuel kicks Curtis out of the apartment, we don't see him again until the very end of the movie.
I thought and then his sister is calling around looking for him, so I assumed that he died or killed himself.
Right. Well, Emmanuel's sister calls Melinda, so we get that scene, and she's like, "Have you seen my brother? Have you heard from him?" So it's like, oh my God.
And she's like, "I haven't seen him in months." Like, how much time has passed?
But before they get into that conversation, they're exchanging pleasantries, and Melinda asks the sister, "How you doing?" Good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, everything's good.
Like, okay.
That's the best they can come up with.
Because we had to rewind that scene because of shortly after that, that's
where the audio goes out. But
you haven't seen Contact with Jodie Foster.
No, which is Katya, the drag queen's favorite movie.
Like that 18 minutes of they're trying to decipher what the hell was happening.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that'd make a good podcast selection.
Yes.
Well, hopefully Single Man Problems Volume 2 doesn't come out before I can get to Contact. Listen, if that show features at a film festival, I'm going. If there's a premiere,
prestigious one.
If there's a premiere, I'm going to ask to be invited.
I doubt this is going to Sundance. I doubt it.
At the point where the audio goes out, it's when Curtis and Ronnie decide to sleep together. So they spend the night, they wake up.
Okay, wait. So that happens with the shower first, right? Because Ronnie's taking a shower and then Curtis goes in and pulls back the shower, right? Sound goes out, they go to bed. Sound comes back on. And then we get some kind of reference to an incident in the shower from the past.
Well, Curtis asks Ronnie, "Let's get into the shower." And Ronnie goes, "Well, you know what happened the last time we took a shower together?" And then we hear that he had to call 911 because Curtis was hurt. And they imply that they had removed the shower curtain rod and shoved it up Curtis's ass.
I'm assuming that because they mentioned that the shower
I think
rod.
that's a safe assumption.
Right. What else would they do with the shower rod?
And it's a safe assumption because
corporal punishment.
When we come back from the flashback, Curtis goes, "Well, let's go get the shower rod."
Like, what?
What are you talking about? Then we immediately cut to Ronnie realizing that he spent too much time frolicking in bed, messing around with Curtis, and forgot that he had a job interview. So he rushes to this job interview.
With this goddamn green folder he's carrying around everywhere.
His interview was at 1 p.m. You know what time he showed up at the interview? 3.
That secretary, and this is clearly shot in an office building over the weekend when no one's there. And but also she's like, the man he's supposed to be seeing for the interview is on lunch at 3:00. That's kind of late, isn't it? And then
none of it makes sense because she says he's out of the office, and then she says, "Okay, fine, you can go interview with him. He's down there." So he wasn't at lunch, or what are we talking about?
But she says, "I'm gonna make it happen." I don't know any secretaries that have this kind of power. Okay.
Also, what kind of business is this? Because her desk has 1 million books piled on top of it.
But she's like, I'm gonna do this as a favor, but because of Aaliyah Garza or something like that. And then he says, Who is that? Like he's supposed to know, like it's something he should know. And then she takes away the interview.
Yeah, she kicks him out.
Burn this movie.
Ronnie goes back home after the interview, and Curtis is like, you can't stay here. We're going to have a romantic night. You need to find somewhere else to stay.
Like, could you have told me that earlier?
So
wait, the same day he was rolling around.
Right. Man.
And there are rose petals. Okay, anybody that lays flower petals for some kind of romantic preordained bullshit, corny, cornball Collins, go away, red flag. That's no.
Although you can lay out money for me, and I would receive that.
Yes, money, because I can use money. Rose petal flowers? You done killed those flowers so you could rip them up and throw them on the floor? And then they'll probably get the petals under your couch? No, the bugs? What? No. Mm-mm. It's so stupid. It's so cliche. I hate it. But it makes my skin crawl.
Wow. This is how you were acting with that lady talking in the screening room.
Oh, well, yeah, because my skin was crawling because I was like, can somebody tell this bitch to shut up?
Anyway, now that Ronnie needs to find somewhere else to stay, he ends up at a gay couple's apartment, Monty and Xavier.
And I guess Xavier's the friend?
And Monty's this very handsome man who's cooking shirtless. And he seems to know Ronnie well enough to say, oh, well, hold on, let me get Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
And then Xavier comes out acting like
the madam of the brothel.
Yeah, or he was giving me Nathan Lane in the Birdcage.
Oh, yes, because he's
but make him a black twink.
He's draped. And he comes out and basically tells Monty to get his ass back in the... No, he tells him to put his shirt on and then implies that they're about to have sex.
That made no sense. Monty was cooking shirtless. Then you know you have a guest coming over. You act irritated the guest is there. You tell Monty to put on a shirt, but then imply that you two are going to go have sex. So they go into the bedroom, close the door after telling Ronnie, don't knock on the door.
Okay.
And then Ronnie says, well, if I need to go in there, I'm going to go in there. Why would you need to go into their bedroom? But forgetting that, wasn't he cooking?
Monty was cooking, yes.
Isn't the stove on? And you have a guest? This can wait. It's so confusing.
Xavier seems so pressed that he was there, too. It's like, God, these people are so sour.
Well, I'd be sour, too, if I lived in an apartment where the apartment number is drawn in chalk on the door. But anyway.
And it's the size of a closet, yeah.
Okay, so then Ronnie's asleep on this couch when all of a sudden another gay couple, Aaron and Danny, pop in.
Who walk up talking over his face about how much he stinks.
And I was so confused, like, who are these people? Why are they here? Did Ronnie go to another apartment? But we find out Xavier has basically scheduled an intervention.
Uh-huh.
And it is so overly dramatic because Xavier's standing there like, I have something I want to tell you guys. And he says it twice, but it takes him forever to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts off by asking everyone seated, how many sex partners have you had?
None of your business.
And they all kind of look around like, oh, what? And then he hands them material, and it's for PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Keep in mind,
and then for like a couple minutes, the movie turns into a PrEP ad.
Yes, but this was 2023. PrEP had been around for a decade already.
Well, at one point, a character says it's 2018.
Okay, because this.
So let's assume it's 2018, but still, it was such an awkward scene, and I appreciate them trying to bring awareness to something. And HIV infection rates are higher amongst
that's true
men of color.
That's right,
of a certain economic status. So I do appreciate that it's relevant, but it was so clunky.
It's so clunky. And then these fools don't look like they're reading these brochures upside down.
Like Jerry Blank.
Like Jerry Blank.
Because all of them are holding them. One is holding it vertical. One's holding it horizontal. One looks like he's holding it upside down.
There must be a lot of different diagrams in there.
But we find out the reason Xavier is passionate about this is because Monty is HIV positive.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, it's not because he slept around. His ex was a slut. So it's so funny because this scene, which is trying to educate people on HIV AIDS and options for prevention, is also slut shaming, but whatever.
But like in Philadelphia with Tom Hanks and Antonio Banderas, he went to a porno theater and he got AIDS.
Ronnie returns to Curtis's place. And Ronnie is acting like I was scared to death. I was so worried. Fool, you kicked me out.
Uh-huh.
You told me to leave and not come back. And when I come back, which also was crazy because we see Ronnie left his laptop there.
Just
but
out
when
on the
Curtis
table.
kicked him out, didn't he say they go downstairs?
And he says, I got to get my bag. And then Curtis is irritated with him for needing to get his bag. It's like, none of you people are making any sense.
So you were told to leave. You leave. You go downstairs and tell him, oh, I have to go back upstairs to get more things. And then when you return, we find out that you left your laptop there.
Also, it's your 6-month anniversary. Shouldn't you be taking Lauren out on the town somewhere?
Well, Ronnie gives Curtis an ultimatum. He says it's either me or Lauren. And of course, Curtis doesn't like that. Then we cut to Lauren and Curtis fighting. And of course, Ronnie can hear it because he's sitting on the couch right next to their door.
He still makes a point to get up to stand by the door, even whatever.
Then they leave the room. They're still arguing. Lauren's mad. And she says, this is when she heavily implies that she knows that they're sexual. And so she says, well, I'm leaving. We're done. And when she leaves, Ronnie says, oh, well, I guess I'll get back to writing my screenplay.
Ooh, somebody better tell him.
What does Ronnie do for work? Well, he's unemployed, but this movie doesn't give us any context as to who Ronnie is, what his goals are, what he's looking for in a partner.
Could I read Ronnie's screenplay? I bet it's better than the one written by the people that wrote this one.
You know what? This screenplay is so bad that I bet you a character in this horrible movie writing a screenplay probably wrote a better screenplay than the one we're watching.
And AI was born. But let's walk that back about Lauren for a second, okay? She wakes up screaming at her boyfriend, Curtis, and she thinks Curtis is sleeping with a man on the couch who is his ex. They leave. They come back. It's evening. She has an engagement ring on. She's marrying the man and gloating over the fact that she has won, thinking that the ring and a little document doesn't mean they aren't going to have sex anymore.
The fact that the film opens by telling us what is true love without unpacking your past trauma. We need to talk about the fact that this woman has agreed to marry a man who she believes is at minimum bisexual and maybe actively cheating on her with a man.
Past trauma.
And it's enough for him to give her a $900 ring. And I'm not shaming anyone's ring. The ring you've been wearing for 18 years costs probably $90.
What did that housewife saying? The ring don't mean a thing.
So, but the funniest part about the $900 ring thing is when Ronnie finds out Curtis proposed to Lauren and he sees the ring and he asks how much did he pay for it. Curtis says $900 and Ronnie goes off. You spend $900 on a ring. I gave you that money to invest in a restaurant. Huh? When? And where did you get money from? You are homeless.
When did you?
Unemployed.
And then this fool only used that. He only used the $900 you gave him for the ring. Didn't put any extra of his own.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that. But also, past trauma. Let's talk about the current trauma y'all going through.
Okay, this podcast is now officially longer than the film. So let me go to the themes. Online identity versus reality. To be fair, the film does explore dating apps. To be clear. Yeah, the film does explore dating apps and people creating these idealized versions of themselves and how that's obviously deceptive, catfishing. It doesn't delve any deeper than just saying he did it. There are no repercussions, but that is a thing that's happening. Of course, trauma in relationships, Ronnie's romantic problems are clearly symptoms of deeper emotional shit, but the film, beyond us just hearing that he clearly had issues with his mom, doesn't give us anything else. We even meet one of his exes at a cruising spot, apparently, by happenstance, and we don't get any context with that.
Nope.
And then with him and Curtis, they don't explore, does Curtis identify as queer? Is he severely on the DL? Like, there are so many missed opportunities that could have been so easy to construct, but instead you want to have us spend time with Lorenzo, the mail delivery man, and his fake Shih Tzu being sick. That makes no sense to me.
That's like old boy, what's his name, Lamar Rucker. That show pops up in Why Did I Get Married to rescue Jill Scott.
Yes. And then, of course, the reason I chose this, Black LGBTQ plus experiences are appealing. And I do think there is some value in seeing these characters, right?
Yeah.
Like the representation of seeing these characters. That is probably the most enjoyable aspect of watching this.
I agree. And it's a starting point. I mean, I guess, if this got enough attention and these filmmakers got a little more coin and could produce something a bit more polished, I'd be interested to see where that's going, maybe.
And if self-love is the theme, I don't think the film is showing an evolution I think what we're witnessing is someone who needs to.
Do you think anybody made a good decision in this
No.
film? None of them
No.
do. Even Melinda, who it would seem would be doing so, thinking her man was sleeping around, but she's uninformed. Like, I don't think maybe Melinda is, based on the information that I think she has to make that decision. Nobody else is.
The lead actor, Keith Grimes, he received recognition for his work in the original series, including a pre-Daytime Emmy nomination.
Oh, shit.
And an International Academy of Web Television Award.
Well, see, maybe this works better in short format, and they didn't know how to develop into like feature length.
IMDb lists the budget for this film as $9,500, and I think that someone stole $9,000 because I don't know where that money would have gone. Well, how much are chicken tenders and a side salad? Like, they bought that.
I mean, inflation. Things cost more now.
They bought that. I don't know what else they would have purchased.
I mean, I could make a movie on my credit card for that amount. but I would not release it if it looked like this.
And I guess that those ingredients for that ghetto puttanesca cost a little money, but
well, that was craft services that was the offering that day.
I hope people enjoyed us ranting about this selection of mine. I choose movies like this because I think we'll have a fun time talking about them, which means people will have a fun time listening.
Yes.
What would you give Single Man Problems Volume 1?
You know, immediately as it ended, I did turn to you and I say, I've seen worse. I have, but on a technical level, this is so embarrassing that I cannot logistically give this the lowest score that we give things, which is a 0.5, because there were times where I was speechless about how, anyway, but that being said, narratively, I've seen worse. I have.
I agree. It's a 0.5 out of 5. It is not impossible to watch, though. Some of these horrible Tubi films are impossible to sit through. So I do think that there is something to this universe they've created.
We should play a game, to be or not to be.
Because sometimes I'll get on Tubi, usually when you're not around, and I will put on some of these crap films, and they are unwatchable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I was locked in, but the running time helps. And I am committed to watching Volume 2. So
okay.
There you go.
All right.
What do we have coming next week?
Several good things next week.
I know we're seeing Leviticus.
The Invite with Olivia Wilde.
We have a review for I Want Your Sex coming.
Yes, that A24 Hugh Jackman film.
What is that?
The Death of Robin Hood.
Oh, right.
And I don't know what else off the top of my head.
That sounds good. We have 2 more weeks left of Pride Month. Is your secret film for next week a gay film?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait.
Oh, good.
Anything else?
No.
Ta-ta.